Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is having a great day today. I am so sorry for the lack of videos on my channel. I have been crazy busy. I know that none of y'all want to hear that. You just want to, see about my wedding day makeup look, but I just want to, let you guys know I'm so sorry for the lack of videos. I've just been really busy. I got married, I moved, I started a new semester of school. And this room is my guest room, and I have like my makeup in here, and I will do a new makeup collection slash like beauty room video once I get this room the way that I want it, but I just have crap everywhere still. It's good that I even have curtains in this room right now because it's just still a super hot mess. So, but I really wanted to get this video up for you guys because I know a lot of you have been patiently waiting for my wedding day makeup look. A lot of my friends and family kept asking me, are you going to film your wedding day makeup look? Are you going to film your wedding day makeup look? And yes, I will film it. I just had to get around to finding the time. Some other things that are new is I cut my hair. I just got a haircut yesterday. It was time. I was growing it out for the wedding, but yeah, I just really needed a haircut. So yeah, new space, new home, new semester of school, new hair. And I think that's all that I have to say, really. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends, and make sure that they subscribe because I know that they would love it too. First of all, before we get into the tutorial, I want to give you some tips for your beauty routine, for your makeup on your wedding day. If you are doing your makeup yourself, make sure that you test every single product that you use before the day. I tested all of these products months before I actually did my makeup on the day because I knew I was going to be doing my makeup myself. So I needed to make sure that my primer would work well with my foundation, that my moisturizer wasn't going to do something weird. Because when you start combining all these different products together and all these different formulas, sometimes they don't really work well together. So I needed to make sure that everything was going to be great for my skin. So I would do my makeup early in the morning and I wouldn't wash it off until late in the afternoon, just to make sure that it's exactly what I wanted and how I wanted it to be on the day. So just really do your research, really ask a lot of questions. If you, go into Sephora, go into Ulta, ask them what they recommend. Just really do your research and make sure that they're products that work best with your skin if you are doing your own makeup. In addition, I really worked on my skin. I did a very strict skincare regimen before the wedding, like a few months before the wedding. I started, I really made sure I washed my face every night, made sure I was putting on my moisturizer, made sure I was doing my eye cream. I really was very proactive about my skincare. Another thing that I did was I went out and I bought the Glam Glow, I think it's the white one. Like the clearing treatment mask, the white one. It's the Glam Glow Mud Mask, the white one, and I believe it's just called the clearing treatment. I have really oily skin and I tend to get a lot of blackheads kind of around my cheek and my nose area, and it really cleans out your pores and makes sure that your skin is super squeaky clean for your wedding day. That's another thing that I did to prepare. I just made sure my skin was really clean, really hydrated. I did go get my lip and my eyebrow waxed a week before because I wanted to give it time to kind of, get back, like my skin to like kind of go down from the irritation of getting waxed. So I did it a week before, just because, when you get your eyebrows waxed or something, they look super clean and super perfect and it almost looks like not real. So I wanted to do it a week before so that I would have some time to get like those little sparse hairs that we have, just to make it look a little bit more natural. So I think that's it. Just make sure you test all your products, make sure you're taking really good care of your skin, get a good face mask, one that works best with your skin type. Again, I have oily, acne-prone skin, so that works best with my skin. And if you want to get waxed, make sure you do it a week in advance, so you have time to kind of prepare for that. And I think that is it. I think that's it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, starting off, my skin is already moisturized, and of course I used my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And then on the day, I used MAC Fix Plus because I had that. My friend had some available to me, but I don't have any of that like at home. But any facial spray will work. I just use MAC Fix Plus. But today I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And I'm just going to And this is just going to help your makeup last even longer. The more you prime and prep your face, the better it is. And then for primer, I used my Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing one, of course. This is my favorite primer of all time. Okay, and while all those primers dry and sink into the skin, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my eyes. And of course, I prime as usual using my Urban Decay Primer Potion and my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I have really oily eyelids, so this just ensures that there is no creasing or fading occurring. Okay, and then I want to set that base down because if I go in with eyeshadow right now, it's just going to skip and not look cute. So I'm just going to set it using a little bit of my MAC Studio Fix, my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Medium Plus Face Powder from MAC, and set that down. Okay, now for shadows on your wedding day, I would suggest, this is just me, what I prefer, I would suggest something that's neutral, that enhances your features, but it's not too out there, but you still look, you know, pretty. But if you wear like green eyeshadow on a daily basis, wear green eyeshadow on your wedding day. You want to look like you, but amped up, you know what I mean? So just do whatever you're most comfortable with. I'm most comfortable with like browns and golds and champagne-y tones, so that's what I used. So I'm going to go in with, first off, this fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to take a mixture of Makeup Geek Creme Brulee and Peach Smoothie. And I'm just going to place this in the crease as our transition color. And I'm just using these two shades right here. Y'all can see those. If you notice I don't have my ring on, it's because I'm getting my engagement ring and my wedding band, I'm getting them soldered together, and that takes like 4 days. They have to send it out to whoever solders rings together because they don't have the machine to do it at the jewelry store that we bought my ring at. Okay, you really want to take extra time to blend because it's gonna make all the difference. And then I went in with my Lorac Pro palette, and I just took a little bit of this kind of neutral brown here, it's called taupe, on like a little dome brush, and I just stamped this on the outer corner of my eye and brought it inwards. And we're just building the color here in the crease. And we're going to go back in with that crease brush that we originally started with and blend. Just blend between every step. You can never have enough blending. Okay, and then I'm going to take, now I'm going to go in with a darker brown. I'm going to go in with Sable, also from the Lorac Pro palette. Tap off the excess. And this is on kind of a slanted, fluffy brush, so I can really get it in this outer V right here. I kind of form that little outer C shape. Sweep it into the crease. And then again, blend. Sorry if you can hear dogs outside, you guys. You just want to keep going back and forth until you've reached your desired pigmentation. Okay, now that we have that down, I want to go ahead and go in with my lid color. And for my lid color, I wanted it to be like really shiny, shimmery, and pop, but still neutral and not over the top. But I did want to have a lot of sparkle. So I went in with a primer again. And this is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue. And it just really is a very sticky, you know, just like what it says, it's like glue. So it's a very, very sticky base. And it just makes your eyeshadows that you put on top of it pop so much more. And it's especially good for pigments, which is what I'm going to go in with next. This is the MAC pigment in the shade Naked. Just took, this is the little mini one that I got from the store in Nashville. And I just take a little bit on the brush and just pack that on there. This color still packs a big punch, but it's not over the top. And with this primer underneath, you really need to just pat, because if you swipe, it'll just skip, because that is such a sticky base. It's not going to go over smoothly, so that's why you really just have to pat. And if you get super messy with it, don't worry, it's fine. Just take any brush and sweep away whatever product has fallen down. Okay, so that's what I did with that pigment from MAC, but it wasn't popping like I wanted it to. It was kind of, but not really like I wanted it to. So I took Makeup Geek's In the Spotlight, this super shimmery shade right here, and I just took some of that mixed with a little bit of MAC. I think this is called Gold Deposit. I think that's what it's called. It's just a gold shade. And I just mixed those two on my finger and put that on my the inner corner, kind of over top of that pigment, just because I wanted it to be more metallic. I wanted it to really, really pop. So I just kind of mixed those two and dab it on there. And some of you might feel comfortable stopping here, and that's fine. You know, you could just add liquid liner, do your lashes, and be totally cool. But I wanted it to be even smokier, so I went in with a little bit of the black from the Lorac Pro palette. Take this Real Techniques shading brush and dip in just a little bit to that black eyeshadow and just dab it on the outer corner. And then again, sweep it into the crease. And then take your blending brush and just blend it. It just adds, you know, some extra dimension. My wedding wasn't night, so I wanted something that was more night appropriate. If you need to, you can take some of those original brown colors that you used to blend out that black. And you might notice that while you're blending, some of your metallicness might have gone away, but that's okay. We can just pick a little bit more of that up and touch it up. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye with the black. And then with that original brush, it might have some residual eyeshadow on it, which is okay. And then a clean brush. And then touch up our inner portion here. You might be shaking because it's your wedding day, at least I was, so take a deep breath and attempt to do some liquid liner. Okay, so this is what I did. And I didn't do a wing or anything crazy. I just did a very, very thin line, and because I wanted it to be I wanted it to have more dimension and make my lashes look thicker, but I didn't want it to look like I was wearing like thick black liner. So I just did a very thin line, and then I took an angled brush like this one, and I stamped it into the black shadow, and I pressed it on top. So just watch, I'll show you if I can. Hopefully I'm still in the frame. It's hard for me to do this without being like super close to the mirror. Like that. Okay, and then take your angled shadow and a little bit of that black from the Lorac Pro palette, and then just stamp on top. And this just adds more dimension to your eye without making it look like you have like a giant thing of eyeliner on. Okay. We are going to leave the eyes for a second, and we are going to finish up our skin. Well, start doing our foundation. And for my foundation on the day, I used the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. And I mixed in a little bit of my Cover FX custom cover drops because I was a little bit tanner on the day, and these are a little bit darker, so it kind of darkened up my foundation. But today, since I am lighter, I'm not going to mix the two. I'm just going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD on its own. And this is an absolutely fabulous foundation, you guys. It's seriously like the best. If you are getting your picture taken or you need something like super flawless, I would definitely check that out. They just reformulated it. It was originally just called Makeup Forever HD Foundation, but now it's the Ultra HD, whatever that means. But I was really satisfied with it on the day, and it lasted for a really long time and looked really flawless. So I just start out with a very thin layer, and I'm using a round top kabuki brush. Starting out with a very thin layer. Make sure to blend it down your neck. This foundation might be a little bit too dark for me right now, but it's what I wore on the day, and I wanted to show you guys exactly what I wore, but it might be a little bit too dark for me, so that's okay. Just blend it down your neck. And I have a gigantic spot right here, so don't be like me and pick your spots, people. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take some concealer and cover that up real quick. And take a little bit more foundation if you need some more coverage. Go in small layers, and you can always add more. You don't want to glob on too much product to begin with. Well, somehow I can't find the actual concealer that I used on the day, but of course I used my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm sure it's around here somewhere, but I just can't seem to put my hands on it right now. But that is a great concealer. It lasts forever. It's probably the best concealer that I've ever used. If I can't find it, I'm definitely gonna have to go out and purchase another one. But of course, at first I used my Becca under eye highlighting like primer thing for my under eyes. It's just like a pinky tone, and it helps cancel out any of that blueness that I might have. I wonder where that concealer is. That's kind of freaking me out. It's probably, I don't know. It's probably somewhere. But in lieu of the MAC Pro Longwear, which is what I used on the day, I'm going to use the Loreal Visible Blur Concealer. It's from the drugstore. It's a pretty good concealer. I really, really like it. And in order for this to last for forever and a day, I baked with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And baking just means putting on way more powder than you need and letting it like cook, if you know what I mean. So just really, really pack on the powder. And then to set everything on the day, I used my Maybelline Dream Matte Wonder Powder, of course. And after that, I just went ahead and did my lashes. I popped my lashes on, and I don't have the ones that I used on the day. But I did use, I think they're called Kiss Lashes, and you can get them at Walgreens. But I don't have any of those with me right now. So I'm just going to use, but you want something that's going to look good on your eye shape. So for me, I like things that are like more flared out at the outer corner, a little bit thicker at the outer corner. So for that, I'm going to use the Ardell Double Up Wispies. Let me go get them because they're not in here. The Ardell Double Up Wispies, and these are really, really similar to what I used on the day. So I'm just going to pull them off of the plastic, and I did use brand new lashes. I had never worn them before. So when you have brand new lashes, you want to make sure that you kind of, you know, twist the band all kinds of ways to kind of force them to conform to your eye. So I kind of make a little skirt around my finger like that and let it sit there for a second. And also when trimming your lashes, you want to make sure that you trim from the outside. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My camera quit filming because my battery died. So the only thing that I did was I did my mascara, and I used on the day the Maybelline Lash Sensational in waterproof, and then I just applied those lashes. Now these are actually a little bit thicker and fuller than the ones that I used on the day, so I'm just going to tell you exactly what I did on the day, but I'm not going to actually do it right now because these are pretty thick and fluffy enough. But on the day I used those Kiss lashes, as I said, from Walgreens, and then I popped on a few of these individuals, and I just, you know, took the individual lash, dipped it in some glue, and then I just put them on the outer corner because I wanted more thickness and fullness at the outer corner just to lift my eyes more, because I find that looks really flattering on my eye shape. I'm not going to do that today because these lashes are pretty big and bold as it is. I really like them. I've actually never tried them before, but they look really good. So what we're going to do next is we are going to finish off this lower lash line. And to do that, I'm going to start by taking some of those original brown shades that I used at first. So just taking some of these right here on a little like definer shady brush, any small precise brush that you have. And I'm just going to start defining the lower lash line using similar colors that we used on the upper lid. And then I'm going to take my Lorac Pro palette again, go in with some taupe, and just blend that. And I didn't want to bring it all the way in because I didn't bring the shadow all the way in because I didn't want to close my eyes. I find that if you bring it all the way in, it kind of makes it a little bit more like sultry. I didn't want it to be sultry, I just wanted it to be smoky and like open, and I find that if I bring it all the way in, then it kind of doesn't do that. And then I'm going to take some black eyeliner. This one's from Urban Decay, and I'm just going to put that on the outer portion. take that brush again and blend. And then I'm going to do some bottom lash mascara, and for that I used my MAC Giga Black Lash. And you really want to load up the lower lashes just because this is a more dramatic look and they can kind of get lost if you don't put enough product on them. Used this, this is limited edition, but again, I just want to really show you honestly what I used on the day. And this is the MAC Studio Sculpt Defining Bronzing Powder, and this is from their Wash and Dry collection from this past summer. It was in this kind of packaging, and this is in the shade Delicates, so this is the lighter, more neutral one. Any neutral bronzer will work, just whatever is best for your skin tone. So don't freak out if you don't have this. It's really not that big of a deal. It's just what worked best for my skin on the day, and it's the most neutral toned bronzer that I have. So I just took an angle fluffy brush like this and really just got it back there in my cheekbones. And I didn't do any harsh contouring. I'll show you what I did instead. I didn't want to look super contoured, but I wanted to look chiseled but still bronzy. If that, just watch, I'll show you. It's kind of like my little trick. It's like it's like the opposite of contouring, but still defining the cheekbone. Okay, and instead of contouring, I kind of did like a reverse contour, and I took that Mercier translucent setting powder and I just baked under here. So I put a lot of product under here, and I just let it sit there for a while. Let that sit there for a while, and then when we dust it away, it will be like highlighted and kind of contoured, but still bronzy. That's what I did. If that makes any sense at all. And then for blush, I used the MAC Extra Dimension blush in the shade At Dusk. This is just a neutral pink. You can use any blush you want that looks best with your skin tone. I kind of went a little bit heavy-handed with blush and bronzer and cheek product in general because I really wanted it to show up in pictures. And it does, blush, bronzer, and highlight does kind of tend to fade throughout the night. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough on there so that when it faded, it would be, you know, it would look natural at that point. So I'm just going to sweep off this powder. And I don't know if y'all can tell, but you see how it just created like this natural line, but I didn't contour, I just did the opposite. So I just highlighted that bottom area. And then for highlight, I used my Bobbi Brown Apricot. So pretty. And I used, what did I use? A little Real Technique setting brush. And again, I kind of loaded this on there in the beginning just because I know that cheek products fade. At least they fade on me. And I did a little bit above and below the brow. And then while you have this out, I went ahead and took the top two shades, the top, just the top lightest shades, and that's what I highlighted my inner corner with, and I really, really highlighted my inner corner. Just for pictures. I just wanted everything to show up and look good in pictures. So, you know, I really went over the top on some of these products. Okay, and then I did my brows, and on the day, I wanted my brows to look really, really natural. So I used the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I mixed it a little bit with, once I filled it in with the pencil, I did a little bit of the brow powder just to give it some more natural texture and hairs. So brush, brush, and just go with your natural shape. And then I'm going to take this NYX brow powder, and I'm going to take the lighter shade with an eyebrow brush, or any angled liner brush will work as well. I'm just going to take this angled one, and I just I find that it just softens up the brow and doesn't make it look as harsh, and just adds a little bit more texture. Set everything using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, which is like hairspray but for your brows. And then for my lips, I used two of my favorite products. This was really important to me to be able to use these products on my wedding day because it's like my absolute perfect nude color, and these are like my two favorite lip products of all time. So I used the NYX lip liner in the shade beige. And I went for a nude just because that's what I'm most comfortable with. If you wear red lips, wear red lips. Oh, this is the YSL Glossy Stain in 102. Number 102. It's kind of like a peachy nude. And then if you want to, you can go on with another setting spray just to kind of let it all sink in. I made sure to do my makeup with enough time to let some natural oils come through and kind of melt my makeup all together and make it really look like my skin. So I didn't use a setting spray because I knew I was going to have that extra time to really let my makeup sit on my face and kind of blend with the oils that would naturally come through. So that's what I did. I didn't use a setting spray or anything, but if you always use a setting spray, setting sprays are great. I use them sometimes, but on my wedding day, I just didn't think it was going to be best since I did have some extra time to let it do its thing on my skin. So that's the finished look, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. Sorry about like the craziness going on behind me. I'm so sorry for the lack of videos. I've just been so busy with school. This semester has been insane. I got married, I moved, and I really wanted to put this room together before I filmed a video, but I could tell that that really wasn't gonna happen. So I just thought, hey, you know what? They love me, they love my videos, they'll watch them no matter what my background looks like. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to making more videos for you soon. As always, please don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. It's just a red button down below, and you click it and you're subscribed to my channel. And please share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. I'm sure that they would too, and get some great makeup tips. Be looking for some fall tutorials coming up because fall is my absolute favorite season, and I love doing dark berry lips and really golden warm eyes. So I've been kind of practicing some looks that I want to do. So stay tuned for that, and don't forget to subscribe. And I think that's it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.